good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night 9. I'm Matt Minder, CEO, co-founder of the Amateur Players Tour. I'm here with the competition czar himself, also potentially the Department of Competition Efficiency, Matt Fegley himself. I'll probably stop making that joke here pretty little bit. And our wonderful SoCal chapter owner, Troy Shadid. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. I was waiting for you to say breaking news. President Trump elects Matt Fegley as the czar.
You know, I'm just saying after today, I'm pretty sure he's not nominating any Matt, so I think we're safe for a while.
That's true.
But we'll keep it on golf, thankfully, because honestly, I don't want to deal with all that. Let's just be honest. We're having some fun. Man, I don't even know what to say to that. But it's Thursday Night 9. It's a chance to get away from all the craziness in the world today. It is snowing, by the way, Troy, in Central Illinois tonight. So both of you, I'm jealous of and mad at.
Yeah, 78 and sunny here today. So,
hey, I'm in the North Carolina location, and it's going to hit 32 tonight. So it is going
really.
Yep, the first frost of the year is upon us. So, the Bermuda is finally going to officially start turning brown. So, and in Northern California, apparently it's raining cats and dogs. So I'm missing out on that too. So,
oh wow,
it's
your weather recap.
There you go, your weather recap. No, I was watching a Facebook meme the other day, and it was the guy walking around and goes, "I'm 40. I'm now weirdly interested in the weather," and I'm like. This is starting to apply way too much to my life. I don't like it. So, but anyways, happy birthday is in order to our competition czar today, Mr. Fegley. Happy birthday. You will always be older than me, and for that I am grateful.
Yes. I'm younger than Troy, but hey.
That's right. Are you in the senior division yet? No. Okay.
Ouch. No. Still got what do we got? Yeah, four more.
Somebody just said 1 year closer to double dipping.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, goodness. It's pretty funny. Well, Thursday at 9 key topics going on in the APT today. You'll see why Troy's here shortly. Let's get into that. Before we get there, we've got some big events this weekend, Fegley. Couple sellouts, couple pretty big off-season events. Start with Verdict Ridge in Charlotte.
Yes.
That's pretty excited. They've got 90 some guys going Monday. No big event as well in Augusta this weekend, getting kicked off. So, needless to say, it has not slowed down for APT in this off season and shoulder season, silly season, whatever you want to call it, season.
Yeah, exactly. The fall season is everyone.
The fall season.
But no, Verdict Ridge. I was there with Phil on Tuesday. It's in fantastic shape. It will be a good time, and it will be my official Division I debut. So,
woo!
There you go.
What happens? I did play reasonably well. I think I shot 77.
All right.
There you go.
That's not going to get it done in Division I, but maybe we can find a couple shots. We'll see.
It's very, very doable. I got to be honest. If you guys are thinking about traveling for the North, you get to the Carolinas and this time of year in December, we have the Myrtle Beach Holiday Classic coming up. By the way, very sold out Myrtle Beach Holiday Classic. December 7th, 8th. Some of the best time to play golf in the Carolinas is this late November, early December time frame. Not your 32 degrees, but you get to the beach. Temperatures are usually the mid 60s at the beach in early December. They overseed, so the fairways are beautiful. Just everything's framed right. So great time, great events. And Chris always wants me to talk about pace of play. I'm already getting that in the private chat. He's like, hey, move on to hole number 1. Speaking of great golf tournaments on the APT, Torrey Pines sold out really fast today. Troy, apparently everybody wants to come see you down in SoCal.
I guess so. It's reputation precedes itself. Everybody's coming from everywhere, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, it was certainly interesting to watch. Chris was trying to upload the list, so the system would send the email, and then the servers got bogged down real quick. It was interesting to watch those final spots go very, very quickly. not saying it's impossible we don't get more spots. It is possible. We will call. We'll find out. Who knows?
Yep.
But yeah, man, we're excited. Obviously, first tier of priority exemptions took up a decent number of spots. The second tier of priority exemptions went out this morning, 10 o'clock Central Time, which is 8 o'clock on the West Coast. Which, by the way, if you're trying to get a tee time at Torrey Pines, is like 4 hours later than you have to show up on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Exactly. You have to do the 6 a.m.
And May 5th, May 4th, 5th is premium weather out here. Everything is green. It's probably going to be in the high 60s, mid 70s in San Diego. I mean, that's about as good as it gets.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a weekend. I know the wife has already told me we're going to take a mini vacation after the event. Stick around, probably head up your way a little bit, Temecula, spend some time eating our way through some of San Diego's culture, which is always a lot of fun. If you're in San Diego and you don't go to a restaurant that used to be a house, you are missing out on some of the great things in San Diego. That's all I can say.
This is true.
So, but for those that may not know, Torrey Pines, right? Don't want to assume that everybody knows Torrey Pines South Course. Had a couple things here, Fegley. I'll preview Torrey Pines. I'll let you preview Aviara.
All right.
But Torrey Pines is the annual host of the PGA Tour Farmer Insurance Open, a big part of the early West Coast swing. But also probably more notably was the host venue for the 2008-2021 U.S. Open. Tiger has won there 8 times. Hosted tons and tons of big events, but obviously the most notably those 2 U.S. Opens. If you remember, 2008 was the U.S. Open where Tiger got to the 18th hole on Sunday, needing birdie to tie Rocco Mediate, playing on one leg with a torn ACL. Makes that famous birdie putt down the hill, the right to left slider, and then wins the playoff in the U.S. Open. That all happened at Torrey Pines South, where we're going to be playing. It's going to be awesome. But man, I'm telling you, the probably most undersold part of this tournament is round 1, which is at Aviara, which is a fantastic golf course out in SoCal. So I'll let you, Fegley, preview that real quick, and we'll bring Troy back in.
No, man, it's good. So Aviara is it's in Carlsbad. It's an Arnold Palmer design golf course. It held a LPGA event for nearly 10 years. They moved it in 2023. So it has that high quality, venue, but it's one of those that not a lot of people have heard of because it is, it's on a resort. It does generally require resort stays, resort type play. So it's a really good opportunity, really solid golf course. I was looking back through a couple of the holes. There's definitely some interesting undulation changes as it goes through, it winds through a couple canyons and that part of the world. And that part of the geography, I guess, that you don't necessarily see on your, East Coast location. So it's going to be a really good, solid place to play golf. The atmosphere there is just fantastic, and it's gonna be a good time. That's
So
what
would you say, Matt? It's maybe 5 miles from Torrey Pines, probably something like that.
Yeah, 5 to 7, something like that.
Yeah, so it's all right there.
Yeah, it's all on the north end of town. So it's on the north. Everything's on the north side of San Diego, and yeah, they are pretty close to each other. Again, if you want to stay at the resort there, I have done it once. It's really nice, but the price tag is a little on the high end.
Yeah, the Park Hyatt there is a little crazy. I will tell you the views from Torrey Pines there in La Jolla, California, they suck. So you'll just be focused on the golf course. You'll never look out and see some, the best views in the world for sure.
And to that point, talking about views and drives, Troy just said, the golf courses are pretty close to each other, but it is a really good drive going between them. So just be sure to stay away from the 5 and take the inland routes, the coastal routes. It's probably, I'm gonna guess it's Route 1, but not 100% sure. But if you take the inland route, it is a really, really good drive between those two.
It's what Google Maps is for. But
Exactly.
the other thing I think is big, jumping into hole 2, because Chris is texting me, yelling at me.
Mhm.
But we've got an event on. This is a Sunday Monday event at Torrey, and Saturday SoCal is hosting a big event at Steel Canyon. So Troy, why don't you tell us a little bit about that and why everybody should come out a day early and get an extra tournament?
Right, absolutely, or 2 days early. So they could come out Friday, play a practice round, and then Saturday play additional 1 day at Steel Canyon, get you a good warm up for the other 2 courses. And I saw somebody in the chat asking if there's casinos in the area. They're all over the place. So 20, 30-minute drive and you'll be at one. So Steel Canyon is exactly the name of it. It's kind of cut and forged out of a canyon area in the San Diego area. And so it gets a lot of attraction, a lot of play, public play. And so it's going to be it's a challenging course. But I think it's a good warm up for the major because, you got to have your irons dialed in, not to hit it into the canyons and to stay in the fairway. So be a good warm up. And then obviously another day of competition. If you're already coming out, might as well catch another tournament, get some 1 day points for that. And so it is, I saw the comment, it is a little further inland. It's probably 25 minutes. It's not it's not a coastal course. It's more inland from San Diego a little ways. So, but yeah, good course. I knew people were coming. I already have, I think, one of the guys from Pennsylvania that's coming out. He already signed up. A couple people from Vegas. So yeah, I'm like, hey, everybody's coming. Might as well have another tournament since Saturday's available. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Lots of things to do in San Diego. Great spot to take a long weekend. A lot of fun, obviously, to stay downtown in the city, down by the coast. Certainly spent a lot of time in San Diego, so got some interesting stories. The food there is fantastic. There is this Denny's by the airport at 3 a.m. I wouldn't recommend going at 3 a.m, but that's probably any Denny's at 3 a.m.
And to make, Denny's is, essentially the West Coast Waffle House. So, even though it is on the East Coast as well, but, anyhow, that's why Matt was there at 3 a.m. just to get the rest.
No, definitely. But, jumping into hole 3, because Chris is still yelling at me in the chat. So we're working on that a little bit. Happy to have Troy on tonight, SoCal chapter. He's been on the live a few times. But man, we are absolutely excited here at the national office to see the growth that you guys are showing out in Southern California, the culture you're building out there. Tournaments are getting big, and so it's been a lot of fun to watch. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of the culture you're building and what you're looking forward to in 2025?
Yeah, well, I got some great courses lined up for 2025. Oak Quarry, which hole number 14, I believe it is, 14 or 15 is a par 3 across. It's actually in a quarry. It's was in one of the magazines as the top par 3 in the nation, public course. So that's on our radar in April. I know a lot of guys have got some emails from Washington, from Minnesota. Hey, what do you got going on in Palm Springs? Coming down for the winter. And we got some tournaments coming up there. We're playing at Silver Rock, which was where the American Express used to have their PGA event. We're playing there December 7th. And then January 4th at Desert Willow, #1 rated public course in the Palm Springs Valley. And then we're doing a 2-day elevated event at Terra Lago North, which is where they used to have the Skins game in the early 2000s when Tiger Woods was playing in it. And then the following day at Eagle Falls, which is a casino course, which is a really great track. So those are kind of the Palm Springs swing. And then we head into our spring, and we're going to Saboba, which is a reservation and has a really great course. And the PGA of Canada has their qualifying there at that course. So it is a really nice place. So we got some great tracks lined up for this season, and looking forward to that. I would say the culture we're building. One, I've done a marketing campaign with the help of Mr. Isom there, and we've had a really great result from that. Over 300 people had interaction with me to join the tour. A number of them did. And at our event we just had last Saturday, 2 of the guys that are brand new members to the tour actually placed. And so it was exciting to see that. A number of them have already registered for other tournaments. So we've grown with new members. And yeah, I think the culture is just a great time, honestly. And just the guys just have a real camaraderie. Matter of fact, I'm taking 2 of the guys and they said, hey, let's go up to NorCal. So we're going up to play one of Felix's events here in December. So they're all jumping in the SUV with me and riding up there. So we're, developing a community and guys that travel and do that, which I've seen other chapters do really well. And then we're excited, as one of the big buzzes this year is to do the APT Southwest Ryder Cup. And so SoCal will represent in that. And they're already, I got guys, Matt Fegley knows this guy, JJ Stanberry. He returned from a year absence and joined our tour. And he's already asking me, hey, how do I get in on this Ryder Cup? How do I get enough points? So it's really stirred some interest to make the top, which, Matt, you are totally aware of how that works. So we're excited. We're pretty pumped to see that happening. And just the culture, I think right now I have the same membership pretty much as I did when we turned the new year last year. So I'm a month and a half ahead of my projections. So we're hoping to hit that 200 member mark hopefully this season. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So I'm pretty much banished for a few months about talking about Ryder Cup stuff. Although I appreciate that. Although Jody's not on the call tonight, but we got waxed pretty good. And so we're eating a little bit of humble pie in St. Louis for Thanksgiving this week. And we'll have our season kickoff party tomorrow and then hopefully, refocus ourselves on getting that cup back. So there's that. But, one of the things I think is interesting, Fegley, being the competitions we've got to bring up, and I think this is important. We have a lot of people that are new to the tour that watch these things and to try to figure things out. And one of the things is, and we get it, when you go play a scramble, when you go sign up for some event where you need to give your gin, we understand at a lot of those places, it's if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's not how we roll. It's really important to just tell us your actual skill level. Because especially when you're new, if you come in and you're the guy that says you're a 10 handicap and you shoot 72, it's not going to go well for you. And so Feggy, I'll let you lead into that segment a little bit, just to kind of talk through it with Troy. Obviously, we have it happen every once in a while, but we will protect the field, which is important.
And again, you never want to have to go down that path. But again, it's like when Troy and I talked over the situation, we have in the members manual, we have, I guess the best way to call it, we have some laws and rules for those who speed. There's certain things that eventually, once you go 25 over, we are going to unfortunately haul you off the jail.
Yeah.
So, but at the same point in time, I've had conversations with a couple folks after these, things have taken place, and it's good to just have the back and forth and just to make sure that the players understand what we're doing. Again, whether it be a misunderstanding, like you mentioned, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Just getting folks to understand that our culture that we have developed here is going to be different. We're going to want to make sure that you adhere to the rules and adhere to what your handicap is and what your playing ability is. And we have things in the members manual that are going to, force us to make some difficult decisions. The other important thing is for those of you out there, new and you've been contacted, but you haven't taken the opportunity to fill out your handicap surveys and to talk to your chapter owners about where your playing ability is, please make sure you take that opportunity to do that, because we don't want to go down this path. It stinks. And the easiest way to keep that is to make sure that we're getting as much and as accurate and honest information as we can on the front end and place you accordingly to just prevent those uncomfortable situations that we've seen from time to time. So I don't know, Troy, anything else?
No, I just, he made it easy for me because, he shot even par and he was in Division III. So, it wasn't really, it was a no-brainer. The only thing it really did was it gave reinforcement to all of our tour members that we are going to protect them. And he just went way below the score, and he said he made 3 putts beyond 50 feet. Well, that's what happens, but that still would have been a 75. So, so if he hadn't made them, but I think, he hadn't posted any scores since January of this year, but he plays golf all the time. So it was kind of, the writing was on the wall, but he also didn't answer my email about, are you properly flighted? So, so we had to do it. So,
yeah. Well, Troy, I can't say how excited we are. I'm excited to bring people from all over the country to your Steel Cannon event, see what's going on in Southern California. Because it's awesome. You have a great group of guys. I always love coming and hanging out with y'all down in SoCal. I've played some great tracks down there, and so it's going to be good to get everybody exposure from across the country to see what Southern California golf can be like. San Diego's a great city. But we've got a lot to come. Actually, we got a message from our friends at Worldwide Golf that is based just north of you, between LA and San Diego. And then we'll bring you back for hole 5. So stay tuned for a message from our friends at Worldwide Golf. We've got a lot left to go tonight.
Get there.
Get there.
Get there.
Get there. Those 2 words are said by golfers all over the world as a sign of respect, a whisper of encouragement, a roar of support. It's what we say to our competitors, our loved ones, our heroes. It's what we say to ourselves.
Get there.
At Worldwide Golf, we're like you. We strive to improve our game, to elevate our standards, and transcend our limits. Our commitment is to the journey, to the tradition, and to the spirit of golf that unites us all. Since 1963, Worldwide Golf has been there to supply golfers with the equipment and apparel they need to drive their journeys forward. With over 100 retail locations spread across 10 retail brands and the best golf e-commerce websites, we have exactly what every golfer needs for however they choose to play. All of this done to help golfers who want to be their best get there. We are golfers, and we're here for golfers. We built a brand around evolving the game and having what you need to play your way, and it shows in every product we offer and every experience we provide. Our goal is singular, to help you get there. Though the game may change, our mission remains: to stand beside you, to grow with you, to celebrate every victory and learn from every shot. Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Well, thanks. Worldwide Golf, presenting sponsor of the Hammer Players Tour in 2025. Those guys are awesome. Excited to work with them again this year. Every single member in 2025 is going to get $50 of global cash to globalgolf.com to spend. And they've got literally anything you could think about. You know, we've got the Worldwide Golf Par 3 and the Par 5 Challenge at majors. You can get a 10% bonus if you want to take a Worldwide Golf gift card that works at any of the retail or online locations for prizes. We'll throw an extra 10% on, up to $1,000, of course. Yep. Got to leave that disclaimer, but so thankful to have Worldwide Golf on board. Topic tonight, we like to come up with these that become interesting. Priority exemptions became relevant today because second round of priority exemptions come out, and boom, Tori's gone, and we're getting emails. If you emailed me today about how you haven't gotten to Tori yet, I will try to respond to you, but there was a lot of you. So people ask, why priority exemptions? Why is it important? What is it? How do you earn them? And super simple, because this is a difference. This is a separator between our tour and other tours that are out there.
Yep.
And I think the biggest reason is we don't want to run, high dollar tournaments at the top golf courses with huge prize pools where everybody's making a pretty sizable investment to come get an experience, and have somebody come in and shoot 72 in Division 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a good way to put it.
Yes. Well, and also, though, it goes back to the culture too. Like, we want it to be, where the local guys and gals, that have done well on the local tours get that opportunity to go somewhere cool and have that, bucket list trip and be able to compete, against players of like skill and ability and not be worried about, the one or two folks that come in and, only want to play in the big leagues. So.
No, absolutely. I think that's a really good point. I think it begs to differ some of the community we're talking about earlier. I think that's key. And for those that think it's a crazy idea, it's really not our idea. It's not new.
Right.
We talk about being a players tour. Jody and I have talked about our bio. Getting into the big circuit of events, Illinois AMs back in the day. There's a priority exemption list of how you qualify or to avoid having to qualify for these tournaments. Right. And it's just a very similar system. So the more you play and the better you do, the more benefit you get to get into some of these signature events. We've got 2 more signature majors. The next one opens for the first tier of priority on Black Friday, and that's at PGA National for the APT players. And then opening in late January for priority exemptions is the Double Down at French Lick, which are 2 awesome events left. Excited about that. And I think the other thing is you don't have to be your local player of the year to earn priority exemptions. No. And so based on the size of your chapter, different number of spots, basically percentage earns it. It works out to be about 20%. Is typically the target. So if you're in the top 20% of your division, typically doing that. And also, Fegley, this was your idea, so I'll give you all the credit for it, is giving priority exemptions for if you earn a promotion. So when Fegley emails you and says, hey, you've played really well and you got promoted, if you're validated, that's key. Don't lie about your handicap to play one event and get promoted. You don't get priority exemptions for that. Someone has tried. It's okay. Yes. We won't call anybody out on the live for that, but
just the situation. No,
just the situation. We will call out the situation. We haven't added the mailbag segment yet, but I imagine our viewership would double if we ever actually pulled out the mailbag, because sometimes it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So as my wife, I guarantee you right now, she got one right before we left. Got the email, is only the subject line. No good.
All right. But, seriously, let's focus back to the topic. Who's exempt, Matt? How do you get an exemption? How's that work?
So, you're asking me hard questions that I'm going to have to try to go off the top of my head.
But I got the members manual in front of me so I can double check you.
Well, there you go. You can double check me. A1, I know, is easy. North American champion, senior North American champion. You win the big dog, you get exemption.
Yep.
Global Golf's National Player of the Year, Senior National Player of the Year, exemption.
You get the big dog, yep.
Top 5 in last year's North American Championship in every division. Top 3 in last year's Senior North American Championship every division. You get one winner of the major the last 2 years. I'm a little bit out of order. This is the first tier. And then A5 is Local Player of the Year.
It's A4 was Local Player of the Year. A5
every
was
division.
But you were close.
And then A6. What's A6?
That is the top 3.
Oh, top 3. In top 3 and ties in last year's majors.
Yep, in last year's majors. Yep.
Correct. And then A6 would be your top 100 National Player of the Year, top 50 in senior.
Yep, that's A7. So if you did well in the National Player of the Year races, either on the open side or the senior side, you get your exemption. And then this is where you got to math a little bit, because it becomes A8, which is the Local Player of the Year standings. So depending on how big your chapter is, depends on whether it's the top 4 and top 2 seniors.
Yeah, or up to top 12?
It's top 6 and top 3, top 8 and top 4, top 12 and top 5. As well as, if your chapter runs the senior net, it's top 8, top 10, top 12, and top 15. And then obviously we already talked about the validated, the validated players getting their promotion. So the key is a lot of folks are very, in tune with their Player of the Year standings. and then just making sure that they understand, how big their chapter is to make sure, you understand where you fall in those exemption lines. But again, it's like everything else, right? You play in the state amateur, you make it to match play. You're at least hopefully getting an invite back, right? Whatever that event happens to be, there's always going to be some kind of an exemption.
Yeah.
So again, that was one of the cool things you guys did, which, this is awesome.
Well, I think it's once again players suggestions, players feedback,
Yep.
continuing to focus on those types of things is important. I think bringing it in, getting back to the 30,000 foot level of it, we want to reward those who participate in our community and buy in, because people ask all the time, what makes your tour different? I'm telling you, my number one answer from this point forward is the community on the APT. The community feels great. I want to bring Troy back in. Obviously, he's done a great job of building community in SoCal. I'm not even going to make my joke. I do love you. I hope you know that. But I think the community is important, and kind of our model, the local chapter and what goes on in the local chapter is really the foundation that everything's built on. That's really the starting point. That's the focus in making each of those as good as we possibly can. And so I'm just curious your thoughts. Number one, the importance of community, but number two, as a local chapter owner in SoCal, what you do to foster that community.
Yeah, well, first of all, we've been benefit this year. We've had one of our APT members from the Oregon chapter and one from the Virginia Capital chapter move to Southern California, either by military reason or job location. And so they immediately have come in and has helped with the community because they're already familiar. So I already had a number of guys say, hey, I want to play with that guy again. And so some of our guys, they always text me, hey, can you pair me with my buddy? Can you pair me with my buddy? And sometimes I do it, but then sometimes I'm like, no, I'm going to put you with this group this time because I'm trying to create more camaraderie. Like they know other guys. They just don't know the guys that they ride in the car with to the tournament, because that's not creating community. That's just assisting some buddies. And so I like to help with that, but I also want them to get to know other people. And one of the other things is at the end of the round, not every tournament, but some tournaments, I'll have a beverage credit, and whatever beverage they want to get, they can hang out at the grill and get to know one another. There you go. And it creates conversation. They're chatting it up. And then we've had a few of the guys that start going and playing practice rounds together. So last year we played at this course, and I think one of the guys put it together. He had 3 foursomes and just put it out in the chat. Hey guys, I got these tee times if you want to do a practice round. So they're creating community amongst themselves, and that's only created because they get to know each other at the tournaments and creating that type of camaraderie there. So, making people feel welcome. Of course, my wife Jennifer is always at the check-in, so she's always making them feel welcome. And then, of course, on the first tee box, making sure that they know we appreciate that they're there. So it's all you can do. Is hopefully make them feel comfortable and that they're welcome to be a part of it, and I try to introduce them to new guys. So,
and then sometimes when you travel, your group takes over an entire bar at a relatively pretty difficult restaurant to get to in Vegas. So that was fun to see too, where all the guys were.
That's true.
We had that steak dinner last year, so that was a good time too. So
yeah, that's true. When you get to travel and go Airbnb, I think there was 7 of us that got an Airbnb together and played in a tournament at some other chapter. So yeah, that was a good time. So
yeah, and I think it's interesting is we talk so much in the AM Tour world about creating a tour experience, and it was kind of funny building a relationship with Jay Delsing, who will be on the live at some point here in the next several weeks. You guys will be able to meet him. He's a former PGA Tour player, still plays on the Champions Tour, that is all about APT. He's like, man, I wish I had my amateur status so I could jump in on this. And we kind of became friends. I did an interview on his podcast, and I made a comment of, I actually like the mini tour. And he goes, why? You're absolutely crazy. Nobody likes it. I said, it was the community that was there. It's a supportive community. Everybody has the same goal. And and you're traveling around every week. You're practicing at the range for 8 hours, hitting balls every week, and that community is really cool. And that's one of the keys, I think, to what we're trying to build at the APT. It's not just a place to go grind, because let's be honest, there's a good handful of people that played professional golf that now play on our tour that aren't good enough to do it anymore, and we know it, so we just like playing amateur golf. And I'm one of those, and we're all out here for fun and competition, and the community is what sets it apart. And so if you're new, just get plugged into a chapter, get with a group of guys and girls, just great people on the APT. Troy, we, like I said, we can't say it enough. We love what you've got going on in Southern California. Love your guys. They're all great people. And look forward to being out there in May. It's going to be fun. Some great majors on the West Coast. 2 of 3 are now sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Red Rock went in like 14 seconds.
Yeah.
And Tori went, and I imagine TPC Scottsdale is going to be a little popular as well. So they play just a small tournament called the Waste Management there. Nobody likes to go to it. There's nothing really special about it, but we're going to hold a tournament there anyway. So that's going to be a fun weekend. The West Coast, a lot of great things going on. So thank you for all that you do, and appreciate you coming on tonight.
Hey, man. All right. Have a good time, guys. Good being with you.
Man. We'll see you, buddy.
So,
Bagley, we're back to a new weekly tradition, the Rules Corner, which is going to be really good, I feel like.
I know, because you're here with me after my, I don't know, foul up last week.
I was just laughing. I was like, man, I was thinking as I got off of live, just because I didn't want to push it with everything going on. And Chris started drilling you with rules questions. And I was like, gosh dang it. I am really, really happy that I'm not on this live and I'm watching on Facebook. I felt terrible for you because it's not that you don't know the rules, but like Chris is just throwing it. Like, his ball's half on the line. Like, you got to think about that. It's not like you're just like, oh, you're a walking rule book.
Exactly. And it was funny too, because as soon as I was, it was the out of bounds one. I was like, wait, no, that's not right. And I'm looking at the comments, and all of the guys that I know that know things are like, no, Matt, no. Touch the line, it's in. You got to have grass between the ball and the line. I'm like, I know, guys. I'm
It's all good. But we're going to be going through each week. We're going to be picking a rule out of the rule book and going through it. That's what's going forward. But I wanted to start tonight. I think this is important. You and I had a good discussion on this today.
Yeah.
Is keeping the community aspect that we just talked about in mind. How do you handle it, or how should you handle it if you see a rules violation in your group? What do you do? How do you handle it? What's the steps? Because I think this is something I was also talking to Delsing about. I actually wrote it down today that I'm going to drill him on it when we do our interview on the podcast coming up. Because I feel like the more elite tournaments you play in, the easier it is to handle this. And the less the tournament experience, the harder it is for this to handle. So I think this is a good baseline to start. But you and I are playing a tournament. You see me break the rules. What do you do?
Just becomes a simple conversation of when you see something, it's like, hey, Matt, can we talk about your situation? Right. I'm wanting to know what you're thinking, what you're going through, because I'm a little worried about that drop or, whatever just occurred that you're about ready to progress with isn't the way we need to do it. So let's just talk about it. Right. And can you talk to me about what you're thinking? What's the situation? Why do you think you need to do this? Are there any other options here? Just say, hey, I don't think what you did there is right, but talk to me about what you're doing. Just
100.
Explain it. I'm not trying to be again, Matt, I'm not trying to be, rude here. I don't want a bad situation to happen. So let's just talk about it, make sure we get it right.
Yeah, 100%. I think step one, first of all, in a community aspect, and I think this is huge coming from, and I see some of the other guys on here in the chat that have played mini tour events and professional events. Number one is don't wait for someone to break a rule to call them out on it. Like, there's no place for that in golf.
No.
Like, if you come up to me and I find out that you did that, I'm going to be way more mad at you than the guy that actually broke the rule. There's no place for it in golf. It's completely shows lack of integrity. It shows lack of class. It has everything. It goes against everything we stand for. If you see somebody, like, for example, getting ready to hit from the wrong tee and you catch it, or you see them teeing it up ahead of the tee, just say something and stop them.
Yes.
Like, my goodness, like, there's nothing worse in golf than the dude that lets you tee it up this far in front of the tee on a 450-yard par 4 and goes, that's 2 strokes. You teed it up in front. Like, give me a flipping break.
Right. Now, I shouldn't be teeing it up that close to the damn tee marker, but we all make mistakes. So when you see it, just be like, yo,
Completely stop it. And the point is, if you get into a disagreement with somebody, where I think it's interesting, because there's two things that have to happen as part of the community. Number one, you want to be good to your playing partner. You know, you want to help them. We're all here to help each other to get it right. But number two, if they won't listen to you, and they may not listen to you, depending. But if they're not listening to you, how you would treat it is say, hey, Matt, I really don't think you're right here. And because I don't think you're right, when we get in, I'm going to turn it into the scores table. I just let people know when we get to 18, I'm bringing it up. So please, I hope I'm wrong.
Don't be mad.
I hope I'm wrong, but do me a favor and play 2 balls. Let's do it your way and let's do it my way. Don't fight about it on the golf course, but just say, hey, just play 2 balls because I'm bringing it up and I don't want you to get into a situation if I'm right. And I hope I'm not right, but I think I am, and I'm going to bring it up. And then whether they play 2 balls or not, you bring it up to the scoring table and you say, look, I tried to get you to play 2 balls. It is what it is. And I'll be honest, if you're the guy that somebody asks me to play 2 balls, because unless I'm 110% certain that I'm right, I'm going to play 2 balls just out of courtesy. There's no reason to fight somebody. If somebody's trying to do it and approaching you that way, it's okay. You know what I mean? We're just trying to get the ruling right. There it is.
And at the same time, and this was the fun thing that we had, is if you are 110% sure, go, hey, I greatly appreciate what you're doing. I do. I know, and I am willing to accept whatever that conversation happens at the scoring tent.
100%.
But I'm just going to do it because I know I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I will take whatever potential penalty and ramifications come my way. But I'm going to play it this way. I don't need to play the second ball. We'll deal with it. If I'm wrong, I'll accept the penalty, and it is what it is. So, you as a player always have that responsibility, but don't, always assume, positive intent, right? That's like the whole thing. Right?
100%.
Assume positive intent. If you're going to take it on yourself, if the person that you're calling out, not calling out, the person that you're having a discussion with says, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'll accept whatever those decisions are. I don't need to play the second ball. And it's like, okay, we're good. Just
don't get offended. But go talk about it, the rules, and let your chapter owner take care of it. If they get it wrong at that point, you tried. And if somebody's asking you to play 2 balls and you feel the need to be a jerk to them, probably not necessary. But no. Chris is telling me that we're on the clock and we're in danger of getting a 2-stroke penalty right now, mainly because you were rambling about the pace of play. So right now I'm blaming you. So, but that's okay. We've got a message from Folds of Honor. We got 3 holes left. We got lots of good things to cover. So stay tuned. Jersey will be joining us after the break. So everybody wants to see her. So there it is. Folds of Honor. We'll be right back.
Are desperate for common ground, searching for evidence that our name, the United States, still holds true. The answer comes when we see a soldier in uniform, a first responder risking their life to protect others. On this, we agree. Those who protect our freedom and families deserve our unwavering support. We give it through Folds of Honor. When U.S. service members and first responders are disabled or killed, the Folds of Honor provides their family with life-changing scholarships. The recipients are as diverse as the country we call home. Their common bond, sacrifice. We the people have found what unites us. Join us.
So love our partners at Folds of Honor.
Yes,
So
sir.
the last of the anonymous donors are sending their checks in. So we'll be getting to get the full check to Folds of Honor this week, which is awesome, or next week. So finally have that all in. Over $80,000 raised. I actually think closer to 85 or 86. I don't have the total in front of me. It's well over $180,000 the last 2 years. That doesn't count any of the donations in the 2025 season. We haven't even started counting those yet. So well on our way to another big year supporting Folds of Honor. They're doing great things in the lives of our military members and first responders who've, their families made the ultimate sacrifice. And so we're lucky to honor them. Wanted to highlight real quick tonight, hole 7, ways you can get involved. People ask all the time, how can I get involved in the mission? APT's got behind being Folds of Honor. Great. But one of the easiest ways, Matt, is the Folds of Honor partner membership. Super simple. Folds of Honor partner membership's $210. It's your $135 player membership plus a $75 donation that goes straight to Folds of Honor. So 2025 memberships now open. You can sign up. Anytime. So membership's 365 days. The Folds of Honor partner, if you select it, just know all it is, $75 donation to Folds of Honor. We're going to give you an extra discount on any items you purchase in the Pro Shop, which there are some great things in the Pro Shop now that we have Jersey on board to pick out some things. And it's not just Chris and I picking out merchandise. I'm just leaving it at that. I mean, we do come with some cool things every once in a while. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of this brand of Bills right here. This is new to the Pro Shop tonight. So got the little 2020 alternate logo to celebrate year 5. Got the APT on the side. Limited stock. We're going to do some of that kind of stuff. But Folds of Honor partner member, easy way to get involved. $75 donation to Folds of Honor. If you've already purchased your membership and want to become a Folds of Honor partner, just email support@aptgolf.org. It's easy to upgrade your membership. Not a problem at all to do so. And we thank you for your support, because together we've been able to do a ton of good and donating a lot of money to Folds of Honor.
Yep.
So are you going to say anything other than yep?
Just yep.
Are you smitten because we're a hole behind? Is that?
I'm like, hey man, when you have like that little the little ad snippet that we do, like, it's the message. It's just like, what do you want me to say? Like,
I know, right?
Yep.
Well, Dan Rooney has a way to do that. I love him to death. Fagley right now in hole 7, Chris, he's being Joe Smiley. He hit his first tee shot in the woods. He said, just give me a 7.
Just give me a triple.
He's in the cart. We get caught up on hole 7. So that being said, we got to talk about digital membership card. I'm excited about this. Jersey's done a great job with this, but let's bring the one and only Jersey girl, not to be confused with Dan Kennelly in New Jersey. This is our Jersey. So she is new, but she's not New Jersey, if you know what I mean. Such a bad joke. That was a great dad joke. I just want to say.
Lord.
But anyway, she's all bundled up. So, because it's snowing in Central Illinois where the office is, it sucks right now. But how are you doing tonight, Jersey?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. How is everybody else?
I think we're doing good. I'm sure the comments will come in on the chat as they normally do. People get way more interested when you're on the live with us. But digital membership card. I've had over 1,200 people downloaded already. A lot of people. So if you're like, hey, I can't figure out how to use it, there's videos, but a lot of people have figured out how to use it so far. So it is doable.
Yeah.
We will help you through it.
Yeah. I was gonna say the YouTube, I know I'm a visual learner, so I feel like just if we keep adding videos on YouTube, but we have a bunch up there right now, currently. So if you are having trouble, you can always reach out to us, but we do have the YouTube videos for a better visual learning experience. But yeah, um, obviously, I mean, we've talked about novels here to find your membership benefit. We have limited time offers on us for you. But yeah, those are the two biggest things that'll make it easier. It also makes it easier for you to keep track of your Pro Shop balance as well. And all your AP Pro Shop balance at all or at once. So it'll just keep it stored within your Apple or Google Wallet. So yeah.
Yeah, no, really good. Obviously, we have a $50 Pro Shop credit. That's one of our membership benefits. We talked earlier, $50 to Global Golf. That's cash to spend at globalgolf.com. $50 in cash to spend at our store. For your $135 membership, right off the bat, there's $100 cash to spend. But then there's great membership benefits, and they all live on the digital membership card, which years past, people have always been like, where do I find the benefits? At this point now, it's on your digital membership card. You literally pull up your Apple Wallet or Google Wallet. I'm going to pull it up real quick. I'm going to go fast so nobody tries to steal my credit cards. But I've got it up here for you. You can see what it looks like. And then top right corner, you're going to click the past details. And it flips over, and you've got all of your links to go up and down. So you'll see there's a special November deal in here. There's links to literally all of the special member benefits. Couple to highlight that we haven't talked a bunch about. You brought up today, Strack-Align yardage books and the green reading books. Those are 20% off. We'll have that link in the digital membership card tomorrow for you to make it easy to purchase all those for all the great tournaments. So for all the people playing Torrey Pines South, I would recommend getting one there because you'll probably need it. Little tricky. But the other one that's really good outside of the APT Pro Shop is Avis and Budget. Car rentals. If you want to pay for your membership in savings, take your family on vacation, rent a car for a couple days, and use our Avis and Budget codes. Budget's up to 35% off. Avis is up to 30% off. And Jersey, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the special deals available in the Pro Shop?
Yeah. So we have two different apparel, I would say. So you have $50 off nice apparel. So that's a big one. I've heard nothing but good things about the Sun Ice apparel. So, and then you have $50 off the Turtle Scent apparel as well. And obviously those are fantastic. So I Turtle Scent. So, yeah, definitely. And then the November special deal, which I think is huge. We have another almost 10 days left of that. And that's the 2-pack of 2 under for $35, which is better than we can advertise. Crazy.
Only through the membership card though. So if you go to the Pro Shop and go, I can't find it, you've got to click the link to get in from the membership card. It's for members only. If you're not an active member, you cannot take advantage of the deal. So many people have taken advantage of it in November. We still have a little bit of stock left, but as good as you're going to find for 2 under. It's a great opportunity to get some great products. We'll leave it at that. Very supportive, right, Fegley?
Absolutely. Captain Underpants are undergarment hero. I don't know.
Yeah. But the other big thing, Jersey, coming up is it is Thanksgiving, which means it is shopping season. Some great opportunities, Black Friday deals. We started a pre-Black Friday sale with some pre-order stuff. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the deals going on currently? Obviously, the 5-year anniversary logo hat, newest item in the Pro Shop. This thing's awesome. I love this hat.
Yep. So our pre-order Black Friday sale is going on right now, as Matt said. with some project bags, and then obviously the amazing Bodhi shorts as well. We have had some orders, but that lasts till November 30th, so you definitely still have some time. And then moving on into next week, we have our turkey tee off week that's gonna come through. And with that, for the pro shop wise, we'll have every 25 or when you spend 25 or more dollars, you'll get entered into a raffle. And this raffle has a cooler bag and then some stuff, some goodie stuff. We have a 40-ounce tumbler in there, the new APT hat that I'm wearing, and much more in there as well. And then with that, if you want extra entries, you can leave a positive Facebook comment review on the APT Facebook page, and you'll get 5 entries for that. So,
Yeah. So we're gonna do some drawing, give away some stuff,
Yep.
and have some great deals in there. Black Friday,
Mhm.
Black Friday week, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So a lot of good stuff. Bringing back the aqua brushes, gonna be a great deal on the aqua brushes. Everybody loves those from last year. People have been asked about those. We found a box of those, so we're gonna be getting those away very, very discounted. So there's gonna be some great specials. So stay tuned to your emails. We'll have a few great sales going for Black Friday. Also new this year, we'll have starting Monday, I believe. People have asked about gift giving. If you have someone that's wanting to give you a gift you don't know, we do have an option in our store that someone can buy you tournament credit if they want to. So you want a gift card to play tournaments, that is something we'll be able to do. Or if you want to buy a membership for someone special in your life, you can also do that through our pro shop. We'll do that way so you can tell us who it's for, when it needs to be live, so we don't spoil the surprise early. But both of those will be in the pro shop next week as well, which we're excited about. We'll go for there. And no, there won't be a Yukon logo in anything in the APT Pro shop for Mr. Alderucci. Yeah. There we go. So it's that time of night. We can go question and answer time. If anybody's got anything they want to ask, we've got a few minutes. We'll start there. Yes.
That's the answer.
Not here yet, but coming.
On the way.
So we're working on a few designs. Actually, so Jersey got in a little bit late. The buying season is starting for 2025. If you're looking through the credits, wondering what to do, we'll be at the PGA show in January to finalize some orders. We'll be going down to buy stuff. We've been on the phone with a lot of vendors, including Imperial, Frazier. Including Imperial.
I've been on him, so we'll hopefully see something.
You know they're based in Missouri, right? So they're not far away. So we've been working through that. But yes, we will have some 2024 and 2025 bag tags. They're both on the way. So do you remember what Alderucci rules question was?
I have no idea.
You're gonna have to ask it again.
I think his was something about what do you do if somebody drops 40 yards in front and yada yada yada, and you just say, hey, Jack, don't be anyhow.
Any chance for extra spots at Torrey? There's a chance. I don't know how good it is, but there is a chance.
Yep.
So 4-ball at Bedford, yes. There's a Folds of Honor Friday 4-ball at Bedford. Which, by the way, if you want to go to Bedford Springs,
it's getting
crazy,
close.
Begley.
It's getting
We're
close.
over 100 already signed up, so 20 spots left for that.
And be clear.
There is a Friday 4-ball.
Hang on. Be clear on that one. You're not going over the number at Bedford.
We're not going over the number.
It's not happening.
120. That's it.
That's it.
We're not doing 121.
No.
120.
No.
120.
There is
chasing daylight issues if we go over 120. So Chris Yugi wants to know ABT logo travel bags for clubs. Isn't that on the Black Friday?
I think that's what
Jersey?
I wrote his name down. Yes, I think it is the I
It's on
band.
there.
Yes, it is. I should be on there though. If you go to the back of the pass and then the pre-order link should be down at the bottom of the pass. You just click on that and it'll take. It should be one of the first ones, I think, on there. But yep, they're on there.
Yep. Yep.
Here we go. Mr. Hugie, always my guy.
I know. Dude, mine has been on, I don't know, man. I should have put a mileage tracker on my bag. That would have been interesting. I mean, it's got to be at 50 to 60, hell, 70, probably 70,000 miles already. But anyhow,
Yeah, it's
a lot. That's a lot.
no, mine's just
It's good.
no,
though.
mine's just beat up. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, we need to deal with the guy that makes the one of the companies that makes the club protector.
I will tell you,
Whatever you call that thing. It's very important to have.
the Project Travel Bag is great. I've had
Mm-hmm.
no issues with it. It works really, really well. The only thing I will tell you, it is a soft cover bag with padding around the sides. You just need the club glove stick. You can
Yep.
buy it for like $20
Yep. You need a stick. That's the
At-
only thing.
at globalgolf.com and worldwide golf shops. So buy from them. But the stick with the little disc that screws in, goes in your clubs. It's the single-handedly, I mean, I've traveled for 15 years, knock on wood, 20 years. Yeah, 20 years now. I'm getting old.
I know.
Goodness. 20 years with my golf clubs, and I've never broke a club. And I've seen some airline employees do some really crazy crap to my bag.
Oh yeah. Yep. And that's the thing, right? Like you can go the extra mile when you are traveling. The other thing is have your wrench and take off your head, take off the driver and 3-wood heads, but it's all good. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Got some good events. Gonna have fun with the Carolina guys. It's gonna be pushing 70 degrees on Monday, so we're gonna have a good time.
So jealous.
I know.
Not playing golf this weekend.
No simulator golf. No simulator.
We'll have
golf?
some simulator golf tomorrow night. St. Louis is our scheduled release party.
That's right.
So I know, just setting expectations for guys watching tonight. There's 2 or 3 that are still being, a couple of them that are really good. I have a meeting on one to finalize one, but I'll tell you, they'll be worth the wait.
So when you see TBA on the St. Louis schedule, know that you want to
Just
just
circle it in.
just figure out what that is. Fair enough.
So
Fair enough. Oh man.
it's all good. So
Yeah,
it's always worth waiting for great things.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
anyways, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll have some kind of special live next week.
Yeah,
I don't
we've
know if
been
it'll be on. I don't know if it'll be on Thanksgiving night.
maybe we can have.
How about this? If the Cowboys win on Thanksgiving Day, we'll go live.
Well, they're playing the Giants, so I mean, if there's a team that they can beat,
It's true.
poor Cowboys.
Oh,
Ugh.
they're so it's
It's bad. They're bad. They're
it
bad.
happens. But
I had a fun conversation with my neighbor who moved down from Chicago, and he's a Bears fan. And I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the Packers got you again." But
oh goodness. But anyways, Jersey, it's always good to see you.
Yes, it's good to see everyone.
So let's be
hey,
honest, it's not everyone, but that's okay.
Oh, it's good.
Jersey has done something important. I mean, besides a lot, but she has now found another marketing thing that needs to get done. The beanie.
We have some in stock.
Oh, we do?
We've got some Brandon Bills beanies. They're stinking awesome. I actually wore one today.
Do they have poof ball?
I don't know if these have the poof ball, but we can get some with the poof ball if you really want us to.
You know.
We'll put it on the order form like that with the poof ball.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hopefully they can interpret that. Oh, goodness. But you know who has beanies with the poof ball? Probably Global Golf, which is our, commercial on the way out. But
Which is our
we'll
send-off.
see you all next week. Absolutely. And Black Friday will definitely be live to open up PGA National for the APT Players Championship. But if we don't see you before, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And do what your wife says when it comes to Black Friday shopping so you can play golf all next season. So
there you go.
Thanks for tuning in.
Shop Global Golf for gear and recommendations that are all about you. With You Try, You Select, and You Trade In, Global Golf's comprehensive suite of services feature the widest variety of new and pre-owned products, PGA professional backed insight, and unbeatable value to help you play your best. So visit Global Golf today and experience personalized shopping that's all about